Welcome to part 2 of Career and Finances Pick a Card reading. This is pile number 3. If you horn honking or train horn, there it goes in. So if you've chosen the cowgirl boat, you have chosen pile number 3. So we are in the career spread here. So I'm getting a few things. Okay, I'm getting a few things here. So one, we're going to go with timing. So timing, we have no chance, and we also have this year. Again, you got to put it where it resonates, okay? So this could be you, this could be somebody else that you're dealing with within your career, okay? And then we have where, desert, and new continent, okay? You can live where it's like mainly desert, like Nevada or somewhere out west. We do have west here. We could be talking about like the Middle East, like Africa or something like that, because we got new continent. So if you're from the Americas, you could be talking about, on the other side of the world in a new continent, different continent. So like I said, put you where it needs to go. You could be dealing with somebody who's elder, like 60 and older. You could be 60 and older, and whatever situation this is, it's a catalyst. It's a catalyst for some type of change in your life. It could be dealt with when it comes to fertility and creativity. Fertility doesn't necessarily mean pregnancy, because in career, this could mean like an abundance of ideas, like you're pregnant with ideas. South could be two things. One, somebody's not from the South and they're actually from the North, or somebody is really in their South node. Like they're not right. You know what I mean? And sun's going down, so a sun can be going down on somebody who's elderly. That could be like in a figurative way, as in a sense of somebody could be retiring. Because we also have huge age gap, 20 plus years. I'm not getting this in the sense of age. I mean, you could be 20 years between you and this person. But I'm getting more along the lines of like somebody could be working somewhere for 20 plus years. And it's time for to retire. It may not be this year, like no chance this year. So it may not be this year, but you might be in the area of retiring. We also have that air sign is a legend. You could be an air sign. The person you're dealing with could be an air sign. We also have Libra here under West. Do some shadow work. So either you have to do some shadow work, or somebody that you're dealing with needs to do some shadow work. We do have a crooked mechanic here. So with technology, and then we also have LLC fraud. So somebody can be not manipulating. It's kind of like tinkering, but like switching things around, moving things around. Somebody could be of a second language, like somebody could be of a foreign ethnicity. It could be anything. You could be the foreign person who speaks a second language. Like when it says new continent, you go to Africa, obviously you're the one that speaks a second language. Mated for life. I'm not saying that this is somebody who is married. You could be dealing with somebody who's married and has been married to their partner for a very long time, 20 plus years. Or this is somebody who's like married to their job. You know what I mean? Like they're all about their job. We have the dog also for lovely honesty and prudence. Dogs also are considered very loyal. So they could have been loyal to the company, like made it for life, huge age gap, 20 plus years, like a dog for loyalty. Somebody of a second language, you were under an investigation because of their lies about you, but they are now under investigation. So somebody could have been saying that you don't do your job, you're lazy, Um, you probably committed some type of like fraud, or you did something fraudulent, but it was actually them because now they are the ones under investigation. Somebody could think, somebody who's an air sign could think they are in a legend, like they're just so good at what they do. They could be like doing tarot, scrying, or runes or something like that, but it's a negative, like they're not. Like there's always a bigger bear, right? And then divinely guided, technology, education, and divinely guided. That could be in a sense of like your education, like you are divinely guided to get an education in technology. We also have somebody who, like, not just a crooked mechanic, because a mechanic does what? Works with their hands. They fix things, they tinker with stuff. It's the same thing with like tarot, scrying, and runes and other things. Like where somebody could be giving out false information. Somebody could be lying to people in order to get them to spend their money. It's giving me that scene in Ghost where Sam the ghost goes and visit Oda Mae, who is played by Whoopi Goldberg. He goes to see her, and then she's like conning this woman for more and more money. She's like, "Oh, I don't know, it's just too difficult. I just can't seem to connect." And then she tries to get her money back. She's like, "But wait, I'm getting something now." Something like that. And they need to stop doing that because they need to do their shower work, because like they could be under investigation from the divine. Okay, but like I said, this could also be something with regards to somebody putting something in your name, some type of company in your name. So like, say if you notice that like um things have been a little weird, like you feel like you're being followed a little bit, or like you notice people take pictures, or just like unusual activity from the norm, right? And then you come to find out like you're under investigation, and it's just like, excuse me, what do you mean I'm under investigation? Because a lot of the times they won't tell you until they got some information on you, or they got a lot of incriminating evidence, and this is probably from somebody who falsified evidence, because we got crooked. And somebody probably used technology to make, like, especially with AI can make a lot of things look like it's not. And that's what I mean with somebody who's highly in their self node. The years for the dog, that's the Chinese zodiac, by the way. So somebody could have the Chinese zodiac of the dog. Somebody could be a Libra, Scorpio, Sag, Virgo, Leo, Cancer, any earth sign. And like I said, it could be any air sign. That air sign is a legend. But somebody could have put some, even if it's not an LLC fraud, somebody could have put something in your name, like especially if they're conning other people out of money and they're in a second language. Somebody could have done that, like dark web shit. But anyway, the years for the dog. We're going to start with the 1900s. We got 34, 46, 58, 70, 82, 94. In the 2000s, we have 06, 18, 30, 42, 54, 66, and 78. Again, these could be ages. These can actually be actual dates, the years, months. You got to put it where it needs to go. But whatever this is, it is a catalyst for you. And whatever it is, because we got the star down here with the exclamation point, so something may not happen this year, but when it does happen, it's going to be shocking. It's going to be divinely planned, executed. It's going to be divinely executed. That's the word. Because with the star here, like you could be like a star seed, earth star, earth angel, somebody who does tarot and is actually being on the north end side of things, not the south end of things. Somebody who's crooked could be doing this to somebody who is of tarot. So like I said, you got to put it where it needs to go. If it doesn't resonate, don't make it fit. You know what I mean? But like I said, even if this has nothing to do with spirituality, you can put it wherever you're working at. If you know, like, somebody has it in for you or something feels off, don't get paranoid. Take mental note of it and just move accordingly. Don't do anything out of the norm. Just keep yourself the way you normally do things. They'll see. If you're under investigation, like if you are still under investigation, it's like, hey, no, Theo, close that door all the way. Thank you. Sorry, my cat tried to go in that bathroom, and he has a tendency to pee on our bath mats. I don't know why. That's why I'm like, all the bathroom doors have to remain closed. But he has a tendency to pee on our bath mats. Somebody could be getting caught doing something they're not supposed to, and that's where that investigation comes in. Yep. Like, no. And somebody had to call somebody in to go get them, to go pick them up. Be like, nope, there it is. All right, we got everything we need. Go pick them up. Shut the door. Like, close the slammer. They're done. Okay? So it could be something that heavy. Or it could be something along the lines of like, all right, you know what? We know this person didn't do it. We have evidence of you, the one that's doing it. So you're the one that's fired, not this person. You know what I mean? It could be something along those lines. You might be divinely guided to get a second language. You might be divinely guided to do some shadow work, to get an education, whether it's in technology, like cars, language, scrying. You can be a dog groomer. You can be doing something what Caesar Milan or Dog Daddy does, like dog training or some type of animal training. It doesn't have to be dogs. Somebody could be 20, 60. Okay. And now we're going to go into your oracles. These two are oracles. This one's just astrology. But we also got the fact that it says Capricorn IUs. You might have something to do with a Capricorn, but with the IUs, it's like this person uses whatever they can, whatever they utilize anything in front of them in order to be able to make shit happen for themselves. But they're going to get their hand caught in the cookie jar. Their hand's going to get caught in the cookie jar. They're going to be caught. So, like I said, you need to put it where it needs to go. Like I said, somebody could be moving out west, or maybe this is a sign that, the move, whether it's to the west or from the west, this is a move that you should make. It's a good move. New continent. It doesn't even have to be both of those. It could be one or the other. All right, so we got heaven. You may feel that heaven is currently out of your reach. If so, look within to find the reasons why. Disregard everything that no longer serves you in order for you to move the next stage of consciousness on your soul's journey. Perhaps you're finding it difficult to forgive someone, harboring simmering feelings of anger, resentment, and sorrow under the surface. Choose to let go and free yourself of any such heavy burdens in order to experience the higher realms of peace and love. It starts with opening your heart through the gift of forgiveness. See, I can be mad about what my ex did to me in the past. I can be mad about that. But at the same time, I mean, it was fucked up. It was unwarranted. But at the same time, if I didn't go through that and have my son, I wouldn't be where I'm at now and who I am right now. I'd probably still be living in my bachelorette pad somewhere in the city, just, going through life doing the same thing I did before, you know what I mean? Like now it's like having my kid, it's giving me something more to like live for other than just myself. So like I plan more in the future now because of him. And because of that, like things have gone up and up and up. So that might be something a lot like so, just say thank you. If it wasn't for your lessons, if it wasn't for what you did, I wouldn't be who I am right now. So, as much as fucked up as it was what you did, thank you. It helped me grow, it helped me become stronger. So there you are. I heard you somewhere. What are you doing? Yeah. Were you creeping around down there? Someone's creeping on you guys. Someone's creeping. I mean, they're under investigation. Someone's creeping. They're hiding somewhere. They're watching. They're listening. Hi. Oh, did I find a spot? Oh, I found a spot. He literally started shaking his leg. I know you're a kitty cat and you're shaking your leg. Dogs do that. Yeah, are you a doggy? You're like a doggy. You're bigger than a dog. You're huge. He's part Maine Coon, so he's like literally my entire torso. And I would pick him up, but his arthritis and his joints and stuff, he gets really stiff in my arms now when I try and pick him up. He used to not be like that. Hi, oh, we need to do your claws. Yes, we do. Oh, your clawsies need done. Yes, they do. Oh my goodness, they look. Oh. He's 15, so he's up there in age right now. So it's harder for him to take care of himself. So I gotta take care of him and stuff like that, which is fine. It's bonding experience. Okay, and the next one is meteorite. Sorry about that. He wanted some affection. You've been given your own special meteorite that's a symbol of good luck, strength, resilience, and positive change. Take this as a gift that encourages you to dig deep in your own life. Like a meteorite, you have to find your own cosmic passage through space. This card is encouraging you to take risks and make important life decisions that will serve the journey right now. These storage boxes are incredibly spacious and come with a clear window. Okay. You always know what's inside. Now we have Beauteous Freedom. Now this one, this person wrote like pages in this thing, I swear. Number 23. So with as many as I got going on here, I can't read every word for word. Admit your feelings, be yourself, and find your path. Remember when I said, like, if this, like, is confirmation of something that's going on in your life, like, the last thing you need to do is feel paranoid. Just keep going with the flow and do what you do. Like, everything's going to be okay. That's basically admit to your feeling. Admit that you know what's going on. There's not much, like, if you have an intuitive knowing of something's going on, you can't just go around screaming it from the rooftops. People are going to look at you like you're fucking crazy. Confirmation. You're going to need to move accordingly, know what's going on, move the way you need to, like, just move the way you need to move. Like, when they're playing checkers, make sure you're playing chess. Beauteous freedom is on the horizon for you. But it's on horizon. So it says no chance, no chance this year. So I don't think it's going to be this year. It's probably most likely going to be like next year or sometime in the future. You know where you're at in your journey. It all depends. You have been running from something, a deep pain that you don't want to feel or haven't had the time or space to safely feel in the past. Or you have been so focused on succeeding or surviving that you have been ignoring the wild spirit that is absolutely vital to who you are. Okay, so everyone is mean. Everyone is mean sometimes. Everyone is greedy, jealous, awkward, and petty. Everyone sometimes feels worried and alone. Everyone occasionally wants something they can't have, and everyone often wants things they can have that won't hurt anyone for them to enjoy. Release all the shame about sharing in these universal human experiences. Stop trying to rise above them, ignore them, or use them as reasons to emotionally isolate yourself, elevate yourself, or deny yourself love. Okay? And then we got Capricorn I use. Number 22. Hey Theo, can you change that please? It's like on repeat. Thank you. Capricorn I use. Time. The corrector when our judgment's near. It is time to focus on your objectives and not let up. Ruled by Saturn, the planet of hard luck, the sign of Capricorn is personified by the goat that climbs the steepest cliffs to gain worldly success. Capricorn is a resourceful sign, and those under its influence long for power and prestige. There is no one more ambitious than a Capricorn. They really do want to take the world by the horns. Okay. So say this person is a Capricorn, this elder, or whoever you're dealing with is a Capricorn. That's their energy right now. They want anything. They will do anything they can in order to get ahead. And if that means hacking, stealing, and all that other stuff, yeah, that's putting them in their absolute south node. But again, this is a catalyst that's going to create a lot of fertility and creativity for you. This is either done to somebody who's 60 and older, or this is something done by somebody 60 and older. When the Capricorn card turns up in a reading, it denotes a time of diligence and hard work. There's a gaining in status and reputation. Whatever you're toiled over, you are ready for splendid things to be revealed. Right? He's waiting for his moment for that door to open so he can go in and get it and do stuff. Somebody is biding their time, but that door is like, he's not going to be able to open the door. The only way that somebody can open that door is if we open it and let them in and let him in. Are you crying about it? Huh? Mama? Papa? Give me up. Oh, he's a good boy. Yeah. Oh, my bubby. Keep in mind this game may be slow and systematic, but that you are heading towards something solid and lasting. When people are under investigation, it does take a long time because you got to gather evidence. When you're getting an education, depending on what that education is in, it might take a while. It's obviously not going to happen overnight. This could be something that takes a few years, depending on what degree you're trying to get. Alrighty, so I am now going to, we're not done yet because I still got to do your finance read. I'm going to put this back and then I'm going to pull out your finance spread, okay? So give me 1 second. Hello, welcome back to the second half of pile number 3 for finances. Alright, so alright. So we've got a couple of different storylines here. All right, so one storyline is that somebody who is separated and or divorced. We got a fallen twin here. So it looks like whether you're man or woman, somebody was faithful within a relationship and somebody wasn't. Okay? Somebody could also fear that a baby is not theirs and that they had to pay support for a child that isn't theirs. or somebody's fearing that they had to pay like alimony, or like say, okay, like say if this person, like this could be, because sometimes when I'm getting these, this could either be no, they're not embarrassed, or they're in complete embarrassment. Like it's just like, oh my God, I want to die type of embarrassment. Like you just want to hide. With the parental figure here in reverse, and then with deadbeat, somebody could be like a very, very deadbeat parent. So, somebody could be a mother, somebody could also be a grandmother. This could be in the sense that somebody's embarrassed that they might lose their child. Like, depending on what, like, if you're in that Jezebel energy, and when I get Jezebel, it's not just, sex, right? This could just be like overindulgences in a lot of stuff, 2, 3, 4 on the clock. And that's going to turn the grandmother into being the, what do you call it? Oh my God. I think it starts with a G. Guardian. Thank you. They will become the guardian, and the mother and or father, or both, because parental figure or figures are in reverse. This could be both parents, depending if they're bad, depending on, say like, say they're separated, and okay, I'm not saying all men are bad, but we're just, statistically, it's the man that beats up a woman, okay? I'm not saying that men don't get beat up. I've seen it happen. But just statistically speaking, it's man beating up on a woman, okay? And we also got the female here that's pregnant. So, like, say that this woman was always getting abused by this man, and while in separation, she was thinking about whether or not going back. The thing it comes with domestic violence is that when police actually see it happen, it doesn't matter if the woman or man um, takes back what they want to do or decides they don't want to. It doesn't matter. If the police see it, they're pressing the charges. It is now a matter between the assailant and the state. And if she decides to protect him, or take his side or whatever, the courts might see that, like, hey, I don't think your decision making is that great. I don't think your child should be within that home while he is there. So the grandmother, whether paternal or maternal, and it could also be grandfather, it could be grandparents, decide to not decide, but are asked to step forward and see if they want to take, because if not, the child's going to go in the system, right? If there's no other, it could be aunt, uncle, like, put it where it needs to go. It could be somebody in the family other than the mother and or father that ends up getting guardianship of the child. Okay, now that's just one scenario. Another scenario is there's an empress out there who's probably abstinent, who probably has a kid, or is going through a divorce because this person just wasn't doing what they need to do, right? Then obviously they would have that, the father could be in fear of the mother exposing him, especially if it's a narcissist, man. If this guy's a narcissist and he has risk of being exposed for being a deadbeat, a Jezebel, what have you, that's going to be complete embarrassment. Fallen twin is also considered more like a fallen angel. So, more child support, more alimony. You might have to pay a fine depending if you have to go against the state. We also have 8th house, mergers, intimacy, inheritance, spouse resources, taxes, and mysteries, okay? Now that's the other part, the mystery part, okay? I'm getting something on the sense of a paternal figure, like say you're a mother and or father, and your parent, okay, your parent whether they could be divorced, they could be separated. You know what I mean? Like your parents could have a history of being divorced or divorcee, have a history of being separated. You could be separated from the deadbeat parent or whatever, but there's something here. Somebody could drive a truck. They could be older. You could be older. And when I say they, I mean the person that you have a child with here. Somebody could be part of the Eastern Stars. With Earth Star Tribrid here, I'm getting more like, say if somebody was of like, of spirituality, your spiritual ranking is higher, okay? To them, you are the bigger bear. And whatever the hell they think they can do, like, darkness wise, like, it's showing that they've fallen off. You know what I mean? They don't have the abilities to do that, and that puts them in fear because they're like, holy shit, we can't do anything to this empress who's just so fertile and abundant. It doesn't necessarily have to be a pregnancy, and that their higher ranking is like, that's how close to source they are. You know what I mean? Like, you sit on the world, and you are that closely connected to the divine. That's how close you are to the divine. And this Eastern Star person or whatever other religion that they're dealing with right now, thinking that they can put whatever out into the universe and try and do you harm. No way. No way. Your spiritual ranking is far greater than what they could ever hope to be or even pay for. All right, and especially if you're an abstinent. If you're not practicing any type of sex or fellatio or whatever have you, like, yeah, there's no getting through. They can't even send somebody into you because we got intimacy here. So, like, say your deadbeat baby daddy or baby mama or whatever decides to send somebody in to try and fuck with you, whether it's emotionally, financially, or physically. Because if they know somebody has something and they send them to you, they can get you that disease. And here's the thing. People who fuck with you like that, if there is somehow evidence of it, you can get a settlement. You can get a payout. We also have here, the FBI are investigating your family for the money and property they took from your stolen inheritance. They illegally removed you from the will. So say you're the mom and your mother, the grandmother of your child, did something like that to you. They're going to get caught because in the first half of this, I think it was the career one, we were getting something on the fact that your family, like something about the inheritance and stuff like that. And over here, your siblings are in on your inheritance being stolen. And then Jupiter, mentor, teacher, luck, expansion, god of kings, Pisces, and Sagittarius. The other thing that I'm getting here too, this also coincides with the career. There might be somebody who's older that can mentor you and teach you things, even though you're very skilled in what you do. There's somebody who's older or just way more experienced that can show you not cutting corners, but an easier way of doing things. So, it's work smarter, not harder. So you may not do it the way that people are expecting you to do it, but the way you do it not only is faster and easier, but it could also be safer. All right. And with that payout, with it being safer, this is giving like a company a whole new idea of something to do. And it's going to give you a big payout. They're like, you know what? We love this idea so much. We're going to give you a pay. Like, this is a bonus for you helping out with this, or we want to promote you to something higher, so that way we can get, you can give us some more ideas, something like that. And we also got Earth Star Tribrid out here twice. So if you're talking this in the sense of a deadbeat looking for a way to make you look bad, your ranking in the court system compared to this guy or girl is so much higher than this person could ever be. And I'm not sitting here saying in the sense of like somebody bribing somebody. This is just because of their aura, their energy. This is who they are. This is what they represent. They represent the Empress, the nurturing, caring person that holds it down. The one that don't need no man to do it because apparently the man wasn't man enough to be able to do it in the first place. Don't be selling pipe dreams if you can't lay it down properly, okay? And that's just not in the sense of in the bedroom. It's everywhere else. No, I wasn't talking about you. Okay? I love you. So we also have the Chinese zodiac, the pig. Compassionate, generous, and diligent. Again, somebody can be seen as somebody, compassionate, generous, diligent, very hardworking, holding it down, isn't in Jezebel energy. Because it's like it looks like they're just projecting everything that they are onto you, and it's just making them look so fucking pathetic. You could be older than this person, they could be older than you. For the years of the pig, for 1900s, we have 35, 47, 59, 71, 83, 95. For the 2000s, we have 07, 19, 31, 43, 55, 67, and 79. I'm also getting this in a sense of if we're talking like just straight finances, you could have an abundant amount of finances, but your shit is so locked down that they can't get in and they're scared. Not in the sense of being caught, but like say if they can't access your money, they might go homeless, they might lose a car, their utilities might go out. That's what they're concerned about. But again, you got to put yourself where you're at. Like if this is your abundant energy, like I said, you are so close to source, or you have so many resources at your disposal that nobody can do anything about it. These are your resources, no one else's. Again, somebody can drive a truck. Somebody could be a mother, somebody could be a grandmother. Somebody could be a teacher. Somebody could be separated. Somebody could have gone through the divorce, or your parents are separated or been through a divorce. And when it comes to timing, we have no chance in this year. So say if somebody's trying to do something to your finances, there's no way they can do it. At least not this year, they can't. Somebody could live out in the desert. Somebody could be in a different continent. Like say if you got how hackers will go, in the Middle East, they have like a lot of hacking in India. They got a lot of hacking shit going on. No matter what they do, they can't get into it. Taxes, inheritances, the fact that you're celibate or abstinent, they can't get to you intimately, whether it's through them specifically or other people. It's like whatever plans they have is just falling through. And now, if this has gone to the sense of actually being in an investigation, they are now looking into your family and not you. Just remember, when it comes to investigations, it may take a while. so that way they can get. I mean, unless there's clear cut evidence of them doing something, like seeing somebody actually taking money out of the register and putting it into something and taking it in their pocket and then taking it out to their car or something like that. That is obvious. They're the culprit. They're doing it. It's time to arrest them. There's also could be bigger than what you think it is, so there might be more people to it. All right, so for the cards here, we have Demon. This card is a sobering reminder to be aware of the devious nature of demons within. It's a warning not to identify with the critical voice of self-doubt inside that tries to self-sabotage. So heed this warning and remember that the game of life is all about overcoming the demons within, even if you feel wronged or judged. It's important not to dwell on this or let it negatively affect you. Instead, call it out, learn from it, and let it go and move on. And then we have UFO. Your faith may have been challenged at various times in your life. It's understandable that we wobble when life throws challenges our way, whether in the form of illness, bereavements, job losses, the end of relationships, or injustices. But one thing's for sure, faith starts with yourself. When you tackle life's challenges with faith, it will act as a beacon to attract support from forces bigger than yourself. Your ET guides are just waiting for you to develop this sense of inner conviction in order to connect to you and offer further guidance. And now we got Zener cards. This card is a reminder to accept the inexplicable things happen in life and to stop scoffing at things that seem far out or beyond your comprehension. Instead, keep an open mind and remember that things once thought of as only possible in the realms of science fiction are commonplace today. The mobile phone, artificial intelligence, space stations, tablets, driverless cars. Just as things can develop in the world around us when we remain open to possibilities, so too are you likely to come a long way on your own psychic journey when you remain open. Alright, so for the mob oracles, ooh, got number 6. Killed with a living death, come back to life. Man, like if this is on like a really serious level, they were trying to make sure they ended like I'm not saying you per se, like yourself, but like your stability, your abundance. They just wanted to end it, like for whatever reason, like jealousy. Because I'm not getting any energy in the sense of like you actually doing something to these people, like at all. And if you're, and this is, say that your parents is the one that did something, right? And are saying it was because of how you were when you were younger. You are no longer that same person. Confirmation, like the dings here. That ding once when I was talking about if this was your parent, and it dinged. And now when I just said that, it dinged again. So, but what I'm saying is that them using your past is is just a form of manipulation to get what they want. It's like, well, who are you as a person now? Are you that same person? And if not, like, how long have you not been that person? If it's been a long time, then it's like, obviously, somebody else is stuck in the past, or somebody else is stuck in the past that needs to get over it. Because obviously, if this person is doing fine, it just seems to me like they preferred you to be in a very effed up state of mind and being, meaning like financially wise. You are always dependent on this person. And now that you are so abundant and you can't be touched, they're in fear that they might lose whatever hold they have, especially if there's some type of conservatorship that you may not even be aware of. And if that's the case, I think that's bullshit because you should know to be there. And that's what I'm saying. Okay, so with siblings here are in on it, like say a sibling is a doppelganger. Say somebody in your family can kind of pass as you. So if your family tried to take you out the will and somebody else in your family has some type of similarities to you, they will use that person, like be like, hey, we'll give you this amount of money if you pretend to be so and so we can get this payout, this settlement, this money here. And if you got a bunch of people in on that, because with Eastern Star it's giving me group energy, like cult, like more than one person, then you probably have a lot of people trying to hold that fact so that way, well, all these people know her or him and they've done this, they've done that, like, and then they get somebody to play that and get them to say like, oh yeah, that's what I did, this is what I did, blah 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 blah. I can't, I'm not able to be in charge of my own money or my own life. But you weren't even there. You specifically weren't even there. They had, like, say they had your birth certificate, say they had your ID card or something along those lines where they just put their picture, like a fake ID over your picture. Something along those lines. People have gone to serious depths just to get money. So that way they can, they don't have to work. They don't have to do anything in life other than just sit on their ass and complain. Especially when the money runs out. Oh no, what are you going to do then? Put a life insurance policy on the motherfucker and kill him? What killed with a living death, come back to life. So whatever they did or tried to do, especially if it worked in the past, it's not working anymore. You've come back to life. You are no longer that person. You are now, you went into, I was about to say butterfly because he's got butterflies right there. It's like you transformed into a butterfly. You're no longer that caterpillar going around just doing, going against the grain and shit. Okay, we got 21. Moving on. Heart is bleeding. Be kind and compassionate towards yourself. Well, yeah. Or maybe one of you has a fear of not being able to support somebody, like to support a child or something like that. It's telling you not to be so hard on yourself, to be kind and compassionate. You have become so invested in an imposing commitment, standard, belief, fear, or self-image that you have forgotten to notice or value how your heart feels. First and foremost, tend to your heart. Acknowledge you are suffering. Acknowledge where you are suffering. Be mindful. If you do this chakra alignment, where you close your eyes and put your hands over your eyes tightly and wait for colors to appear, those will show you what chakra you need to work on. Okay? Be mindful of the ways you feel exhausted, inauthentic, out of your element, or out of alignment with your values. Perhaps you are spending significant time in an environment that doesn't nourish you or around people who don't actually know you or want you to thrive. What did I fucking just say? That's crazy. Once you take the time to listen to yourself, you may discover that you will benefit from making a major change, such as leaving a relationship study program, or perhaps embarking a brand new path, or just simply just going somewhere new. Doesn't have to be a whole ass continent. I mean, it can be if you want to. I think in this career spread you got second language, so you might want to learn a second language. Listen, this it pisses me off when people come to a country and expect you to know what they're saying. I grew up on English, okay? Not any other language. When I went to school, second language was not even a thing until I went to middle school and I used it as an elective. Okay? It wasn't required. However, and I get that this is a multi-diverse country, there's other whatever, but the primary language spoken is English, okay? It is what it is. But that's like me going to China or Japan or India, anywhere in the world, and expect them to know what I'm saying. Well, why don't you know English? I come to your country, I better know your language or hire somebody who's going to translate for me. Okay? Like that shit is so entitled. It's so arrogant. It's like, are you kidding me? That's like me going to Mexico and being like, well, why don't you speak English? Well, it's Mexico. I'm like, okay, well, there you go. I'm pretty sure there's some English speaking people down here, right? Okay, well, it's still a little diverse. But that's what I'm saying. It's like going to another country and expecting them to just know what you're saying is ridiculous. Like, if you go to another country, I'm not sitting here saying that you have to become them, but you should be respectful enough to learn their language. Plain and simple. Although I do feel like ASL should be taught in elementary. I feel like ASL should be something that is taught in elementary school, and then like when you get into middle school and high school, you can choose to continue to learn it or whatever. I mean, you could probably use that as any language, but the reason why I say ASL, sign language, is because, people can't help that they're deaf. They were born that way, you know? This is something, I mean, there's advancements in technology, but this is something that usually you can't fix. You know what I mean? So it has to be a way for them to communicate, and to feel so isolated that you can't talk to anybody unless they actually know sign language is ridiculous. I feel like, I don't pity them, but I do feel for them. Alright, and now 41. The forgeries of jealousy. Step out of the illusion. Man, this is really starting to clarify. Jealousy, envy, or comparison is currently coloring your perspective and showing you an unreal vision of the world, and your place in it. Okay? You gotta put yourself where it needs to go. This could be talking about you, or this could be talking about the people that you're dealing with. As a social creature, it is natural to compare yourself to others, but sometimes you become blinded by the false narratives that arise in response to these comparisons. This is what is happening now. Extricating yourself from this mental trap is actually quite simple, and it can be very instantaneous. Sometimes your jealousy may fabricate a story that a friend or significant other is being deceitful or loves someone else more than they love you. That's why before you react, it's important to take the time to discover that it's actually true rather than what your jealousy attempts to convince you is true. That's what I'm saying. Like, a lot of the times when you know stuff like this, you can't just go running around saying it. People are not going to, like, half of the time, they're not going to believe you unless you have physical evidence. So you might have to do that. Like, somehow become your own FBI investigator. But like I said, put it where it needs to go. If you know your husband is cheating or wife is cheating, you might have to go FBI sleuth a little bit in order to catch this person and the act in order to go for divorce, especially if you have a prenup. People get scared when people say, like, oh, I'll marry you if you sign a prenup. I'll sign a prenup. I have no problem with that. The only thing is that when we go to do this prenup, there are going to be clauses. Meaning that if you are unfaithful to me, this contract is null and void and I get half of everything. Plain and simple. People forget that they can make clauses into the prenup. And with the prenup, everybody needs to also understand that it is contract. Contracts can be negotiated. It's not said and done on that contract. If that's what it is and they're not agreeing on it, then there's no need to go forward with that. And you need to decide whether or not you want to stay in this relationship or move on. No. Okay, we have 51. Mercury retrograde, reinvention. Mishaps are like knives that either serve us or cut us as we grasp them by the blade or by the handle. Mercury retrograde is a time when things tend to go wrong. In actuality, it marks a 3.5 week period where any important actions should be postponed. 1 second, guys. Okay. Mercury goes through a motion called retrograde, which means to go back or retreat. But although Mercury, the planet of slippery wit, fluency, and adaptability, this inner planet so close to the sun appears to be going backwards, it's not. The retrograde movement of a planet is just an illusion because the Earth is orbiting the sun at a different speed than Mercury. When this card comes up in the reading, back up all of your equipment, your computer, cell phone numbers, and address book, anything to do with technology or mechanics. Electrical appliances purchased at this time may end up needing to be returned. Any sale items will often turn out to be massive duds. Don't make the mistake of purchasing a vehicle at this time either. If you are to have your vehicle repaired, expect making another visit to the shop to have something revised or corrected. Okay, then we have 15. Gemini, I think, May 22nd through June 20th. No one is free, even the birds are chained to the sky. Communication is key. Be versatile and quick at this time. You must also be mindful because people are talking. Gemini is a charming sign full of whimsy and fun and is ruled by the planet Mercury, named the Roman god of wit and winged thought. When this card comes up, you may be the object of discussion or you may have to talk your way out of a sticky situation. It depends on, you got to put it where it needs to go. 38. Earth element and stability. Every moment and every event of every man's life on Earth plants something in his soul. This card is about finding meaning in the physical world, living free among nature, being animal and also human. The warning here is not to become stubborn. Although others who be who they are, it is not a time for rushing or criticism. When this card comes up, it indicates that matters are becoming rock solid and sure, or it can mean you have to prove yourself in some tangible way at this time or very soon. And the last card is 29. Fifth house, creativity. Every child is an artist. The problem is staying an artist when you grow up. Be happy. Give yourself the gift of happiness. This card turning up indicates that you have created or will begin to create something to be proud of, something that will bring joy to others. That's how I feel about my kid, man. I swear. Like, that's how when he was born, my whole life just 180. Something will be proud of, something will be enjoyed by others. It may have you on a stage or just an area where adults can let down their hair and become as children, responsive, joyful, and free. Okay. So that's what. Let me go ahead. I'm not done because I gotta give you your angel number, charms, the big cubes, and letters from the box. Okay. Be right back. Okay, we're back. So before I get into all that, I'm going to go into the back of the deck. ET Oracle North Star. The North Star is pointing you in the direction to discover your purpose. You may have felt adrift recently, but it is guiding you onto the right course. Beware, however, of being complacent. Don't procrastinate when you get an inspired thought. Act on it straight away. Postponing what you inspire to do is the greatest obstacle on your path, as tomorrow will never come and you will risk losing the opportunity in your life. Don't worry about whether you're doing the right thing. Just simply listen to the voice of your soul and decide and act. If it doesn't work out, that's okay. Learn from it. It's better to act and make a mistake than procrastinate and do nothing. Back of the card of Queen Mob, 25, Angelic Fiend. Claim your desire and satiate, S-A-T-I-A-T-E, your true craving. An intense emotion or desire won't leave you alone. It may be a fixation on another person, an insatiable hunger for attention, an obsessive need for achievement, or some kind of success, even a craving for an unhealthy substance or behavior. Whatever the longing, what if you stop trying to suppress, hide, ignore, or imprison it, and instead let it speak? When you do so, you will uncover vital information that will in turn allow you to call back your fullness of your power. Okay, in the back of Black Moon, number 9. Uranus, genius. The public is wonderfully tolerant and it forgives everything except genius. When the card comes up, there will be jolts and surprises in regards for your question or focus. After all, Uranus is the upstart planet, so there won't be any smooth ride here. You can anticipate matters to turn rather eccentric, if not shocking, and not in the way you expected. Don't look upon these manifestations as wrong for you. Instead, go with it and see how your life becomes transformed in ways not exactly as you predicted, but better. Okay, so on the back of the where, we had desert and new continent. We also have southeast, and for timing, we also had on the back of the car, the back of the pile was next few months. So confirmations deck, at the bottom of that was feminine energy, and we had the Empress there in the finance area, and then we have the attributes and career, and it says getting a raise. All right, so for months, we have February, January, March, April, May, June, July. For signs, we had Capricorn, Aquarius, Pisces, Aries, Gemini, Cancer, Taurus, Leo, Virgo, and Libra. Numbers, we have 23, and these could be ages. 23, 22, 41, 6, 7, 21, 29, 38, 15, 51, 9, and 25. The dates here we have February 3rd, the 2nd, March, oh my goodness. February 3rd, February 2nd, April 1st, February 1st, February 9th, March 8th, January 5th, May 1st, and February 5th. Yeah. Okay. Get your angel number. $264. Your third eye is opening. Allow the wisdom to flow through it into your life. Okay. And oh my god. I just knocked over my big one. Oh my gosh. Okay. I'll get that in a minute. Somebody can be moving towards the beach. I mean, that is sandy, kind of deserty. Somebody can go where it's sunny, or somebody is where it's sunny, or the sun, somebody's a busy little bee. Remember when we were getting divorced? Somebody could be a meteorite, while somebody could be like a gravel. You know what I mean? It just doesn't work. Somebody can work in construction, somebody can work in sciences, or somebody could be a geologist or go to school for geology. Somebody could have two small children, a boy and a girl. Somebody could be pregnant with a boy right now. Because we also got the pearl here. There's two pearls. So, yeah, somebody could be pregnant, probably with a baby boy. Put it where it needs to go. Somebody could be pregnant. And see how the baby is small and it's growing inside the belly, and when it comes out, it's going to be its own unique individual pearl. And it's going to be a rare. We got unicorn here. Something's going to move swiftly. Somebody could be born in the summertime, and that's the sun. So Leo. Somebody can have a girl after having experienced. Somebody could have had a miscarriage and is now having a girl. Or somebody could have miscarried a girl and is now having a boy. And vice versa. Put it where it needs to go. And we got the bee and the flower. I mean, if we had a bird, I was getting like the birds and the bees because pollinating. So this could be something that's happening and coming up. Somebody could be getting busy and then getting pregnant. I'm getting, okay, so somebody's unique and sharp, because this is pretty sharp. Now with this one, like it's obviously dull and kind of plain, but it's heavier, like it's sturdier, it's like more stable. This one's also broken and rugged. Like it's been through, and with the meteor, it's flying through space, going through God knows what, and then hurls down to Earth in a freaking ball of fire and slams into the ground. So this person's been through a lot. So say for example, with this, like say, okay, with this in finance and career, right? So say, um, somebody was birthing something, but it didn't fall through, right? It faltered, like with that rainbow baby. So an idea didn't go through. But then you get another chance, and you're going to have that rare, unique opportunity. And with the pearl, it also represents abundance. So you probably went through a lot of shit to get where you are now, to be so, happy. You got the happy, like, wish fulfilling, sunny, I'm getting that song, Oh Happy Day. And now you finally found that, stable job or family life, but like all of it, you just found stability. Like this is so light compared to this. Like this is so dense and thick, like heavy. I feel like this would sink so much faster than this would. But I'm getting that in the sense of like, it's going to be harder to move this than it would be this. Because this, as it's falling, is going to be flown about with the current. This, it may feel a little current, but because of how dense it is, it's just going to go straight. Like, I mean, we're not saying we're straight to the bottom, okay? Obviously, we're speaking in the sense of gravity here. We're all chained to the floor because of gravity. So if you were to put it in the water, it goes down, okay? So obviously, this is going up. We're in space. We're not on Earth. So I'm just saying, like, the down motion is the moving up in life metaphor. So where this is getting flung around all over the place, this one's going straight, straight to the top. Technically to the bottom because of gravity, but in the sense of the word, to the top. With the sun here, high noons, you're going to be shining high, bright in the sky. Just remember to stay diligent, be a busy little bee, but always remember to also relax. What's that song? Here Comes the Sun. Do-do-do-do. Here comes the sun, and I said, it's alright. Hold on, let me get my big cubes. Okay, right back. I got them all. I had to make sure they were all here too. Okay. We got 22, 3, 9, and 16. Something's going down. Sag, Capricorn, Cancer. A lot of change. Change in ideas, a change in emotions, or change in feelings, how you feel about something, how you feel about a specific passion. Maybe you're thinking about which is the best way to make a change in stability or finances. Somebody's trying to create a passion that's going to give them control in all aspects, which is financial, mental, and emotional. We got death, Pluto here, so that's a death and rebirth. Communication, there could be because there's finances, there could be a communication about a death. And that, because we got education somewhere in here. I think it was this spread, but we got education where this inheritance could have, like, especially if it, like, say if it wasn't stolen and you have an inheritance, right? This inheritance can give you, we have Sagittarius, we have freedom, and then Capricorn is career. So whatever this is going to give you some type, it's going to make an emotion, okay? It's going to give some type of emotion, and it's going to be able to give you the freedom to choose any career that you want. and it'll give you the freedom to go to schooling for any career that you want. We got Ceres here. That CERES is about nurturing capacity percentage. Like you got to give like 110%. Whatever this is it's going to be an exciting. Something's going to go down. There's a communication that's going to go down about a death, or either this is going to happen or already has happened. You're going to get some type of communication about this. It's going to let you know that this is Sparta and kicks him down the hole. So there's a shift. There's going to be a shift. Like a passionate shift. It's going to be surprising. Oh my goodness. It took all my throat. Like I said, like this, something's going to come crashing down to give you that rock solid stability. So once this happens, it's like definitely give it 110%. Like I said, somebody could be 39, somebody could be 16, somebody could be 22. Something can happen in 3 months, 9 months, 16 months, 22 months, 3 years, 9 years, 16 years, 22 years, or 4 years. We also got 7. 9 is 3. 9 and 3 is 12. Something could be about 12. Something could have happened 12 years ago, 16 years ago, 3 years ago, 9 years ago, however you want to put it. Did I go over? I think I did. Yeah. Okay, so I went over everything in that one. Okay. I gave the angel number. I did the charms. This. This guy. This bad boy. There's a lot of changes going on in this person's life. Career, finance, like, looks like in every aspect. It's a lot. Okay, we got Mars, which is also action, war. Somebody's willing to go to war over this. Somebody's willing to go to war over your freedom. Bitch, what the fuck? Oh, we got somebody, yeah. Something's going to be shocking. July. So Cancer, Leo. We got 9 out here again. 79, 97. 1993 could be significant. The 1920s could be significant. You could have grandparents from the 1920s. Or the 19 teens. Like something could be... I'm hearing old money. Like this is old money. We also got the number 6. 18, 13, 67, 76, 96, 69, 39, 37, 36, 96, 97, 99, 94, 49, 64, 74, 34, 73, 63, 64, 74. I don't know if I said those already. I'll just put them back out there anyway. Denise, Wesley, West, Wes, Detra, PA, Pennsylvania, Delaware, Virginia, West Virginia, St. Louis, St. Petersburg, somebody could be German, Webb, Beaver, Ted, Pat, Patty, Pat, my grandparents, V, Vanessa, Sadie, Sarah, Betty, Lou, Betty Lou, Dean, Beats, Lewis, like Lewis, but you can spell it anywhere. Slater, slave. Somebody wants to keep you as like a slave to them. You know what I mean? Like it's giving me that Bridgerton, Sophie and Benedict story. Oh, we got Benedict out here. Diva. Somebody could be a diva. PTSD. Somebody's been given PTSD over this stuff. Peep. Bat. Stab. Cat. Stewart. Cassie. Casey. Cassidy. Matt. Matthew. Justin. Justine. Stu. Tessa. Tesla. Somebody could have a Tesla. Date. State. Teen. Tween. B. Temple. Templar. Speed. Somebody could be fast, or maybe they're on speed. I don't know. Sleep. Adapt. Adaptable. Stealth. Steal. L. Whether it's EL or ELLE. Ellie. Emma. Emily. Esther. Stacy.
Why are you doing
Oh, stop. Stop. Alright, I'm back. I've seen weep, but I'm getting like a weeping willow. Maybe there's a weeping willow in somebody's yard. Well, maybe somebody has well water instead of city water, or somebody has city water instead of well water. Bag, bags, weed, boulevard, avenue, street, Pests. Somebody probably has some pests in their home. Patty, Patricia, Nestor, Nessie, getting Padma, like from Star Wars, the name Padma. Patrick, Ned, Ace, Ashley, Stash. Like somebody, like we have weed, we have bags, stash. Somebody probably has a stash with bags of weed somewhere. I don't know. This could be you, this could be them, people that you're dealing with. Act. Maybe act now. Private eye. Maybe you need to hire a private eye. We got lawyer. Maybe somebody needs to hire a lawyer. East, west. Ed, like education, physical education. Somebody's going to get physical. Tweets. Somebody's probably on Twitter. Somebody probably makes money from some type of social media. Got perv. Somebody's probably pervy. Casey, Pacey, Tracy, Dash, Elma. Somebody probably likes Elmo. I'm getting Sesame Street. I'm getting land, wealth, abundance. Oh, someone's got an STD. Hopefully it's something you can get rid of. California, Texas, Alabama, Washington, age, something about age, ages. Attention, I'm getting attention, like listen up. I don't know if I said Ben at all, but Ben's here. Alright, so that's what I got from pile number 3. We're going to go on to pile number 4. If this is all of your read, then I'll see you on the next one. If not, like, share, and like I said, like, share, and subscribe. And if not, this is your last one, I'll see you on the next pile. Okay? Love you. Bye. Hello, welcome back to the Research Rabbit channel. If you picked the pile number 4, the Dinosaur, this is your reading. We're doing career first, and then we're going to do finance. For timing, we have soon, winter solstice, and you've already met. Now, with you've already met in the sense of career, this is a job you're probably already in, or this is a job you've already done before, and you're getting a new one very similar to it. But it's a step up, and that's probably going to be coming around winter solstice. And keep in mind that that this is timeless, so it could be any winter solstice. It all depends on when this finds you and where you're at in your journey. For where, we have west, north, the woods or forest, southeast, and basement. So like say you're an entrepreneur and you work from home and your office is in your basement. Probably have an office basement. Okay. So that could also be where that could be something that could already you be doing. Like say for example, this is a job you can do from home. You just haven't been doing it yet. So this is a job you're already in, but soon you're going to get there's this offer of commitment. So you're going to probably give an offer where you could probably work from home. Okay, or there's going to be an opportunity that arises that will allow you to work from home. We have somebody who is in their south node. There's a couple of stories going on in here. You could be dealing with somebody that has a 10 to 15 year age gap. This is career. We have 10,000 out here, so that's Capricorn. That's career, long-term goals, structure, status, fame, reputation, public image, masculinity, and experts. With fraternity, I don't necessarily get that in the sense of an actual fraternity. It can, but I'm getting something more of a brotherhood. Okay, somebody could be emo, or you could be dealing with somebody who's emo. For career, we have retail, janitor, government, and politics. We also have undercover cop, agent, police. Somebody could be in a fraternity and be in lustful energy, and hopefully them having, like, I'm getting like the shag wagon, like a shag van. Hopefully a brotherhood isn't going around in a van in lustful energy and dealing with people 10 to 15 years their age gap, or not even a whole brotherhood. Maybe it's just one person that's in a brotherhood or some type of brotherhood. It doesn't necessarily have to be a fraternity. It can be military. It can be biker. It can be some type of gang. A fraternity is a gathering of men. Basically, it's just a gathering of men. Okay, women can't join a fraternity. They go to a sorority. Okay. Somebody could be also selling something. I don't know what it is, but we also got to contact a lawyer out here. So we also got lawyers. So somebody can be a lawyer. You are meeting someone that will match your energy, and for career, this could be a job that's going to, like, you're getting an offer of a job that matches your energy exactly. You would probably have to move. You might move from somewhere that's wooded and foresty to somewhere where it's more desert, which is west. You can go from the southeast where it's always like humid and it's so humid over here, and then move to the north. Like some you're moving somewhere. There's a drastic change, but depending on what it is, depending on where you're at, it's going to depend on your story. You know what I mean? It depends on where you're going to go. Now this is kind of resonating. Like, I'm going to give it in a couple different ways, but this is kind of resonating with me in a sense that I put a channeled read out there about like channeled messages from the divine, basically, and this came out where there's going to be no peace in the Middle East. There's not going to be peace in the Middle East. Okay, so whatever's going on, and with patriot is more like home. So, and even if this isn't home, this is like a home away from home. You know what I mean? Like, other than your house, you spend your most time at this place, but there's no peace where you're at. You're probably not making that much money where you're at. And you know this. You intuitively know this. You could live in the East, or like with the sun rising here, you can start to see things in a new perspective, and you're starting to rise like it's a new day. You're like, okay, so you can intuitively know that this place is not a peaceful place. Like, it could be a toxic environment, a toxic work environment. A lot of shit goes down. You're not being paid what you're worth, especially if you're in star seed energy. Confirmation. Because, like, you can sit here and be, like, say, let's use janitor, cleaner, maid for an example, right? Anybody can be a cleaner, right? But you can always be that one person that can do the job of 5 other people and in half the time. Okay? And you're not getting paid what you're worth. You intuitively know this, and you know they know this. So there looks like, it's saying here, speak affirmations, don't doubt yourself, offer commitment, and you're on the right track. Don't let them divert you. Keep going. And we also got keep up the amazing work. You're almost there. So depending on what you do, what you're doing, to just know that even if it's not where you want to be at, you're on the right path. It's getting you where you need to be, and you're eventually, and it says soon, you are soon going to meet someone that matches your energy, meaning you're going to get a job, or you're going to find people. You're going to be able to work with people who actually match your energy, who are actually on the same wavelength, who aren't going to be grimy, gossipy, lowballing. Like, they're going to know what you're worth and pay you what you're worth. This could be also in government and politics, because we got government and politics out here. We also got Patriot. So maybe there's some type of offer going on that's not really causing a lot of good uproar. However, where is it? There it is. However, it's your North Node. Like, what you're doing may not make people happy, but it's the right thing to do. You got undercover cop, agent. They know people in the police department. Big age gap, 10 to 15 years. Like I said, like, this could be, you could be a cop. I understand that, ICE is under a lot of scrutiny right now. But honestly, anybody who's on Trump's side is under a lot of scrutiny. It's just because they're on their side. No other reason. Romance, love affairs, creativity, fertility, joy, self-expression, and drama. You could have a work romance, or somebody from work has lustful, jealous, like, they could be lustful after you, but also jealous at the same time. And there can be an age difference. And you can intuitively know this. Don't doubt yourself. And this doesn't even have to be an actual, like, affair. Like, you can actually just flirt. Like, it's an office romance in the sense of flirtation. Not actual physical, actual physical acts. You can, like I said, we also got retail out here. This can have something to do with retail. Like, you can be the best freaking seller on the floor. And sailor, too. You can be the best sailor on the 7 seas. And they're not paying you what you work. At that point, I would probably find a job that works commission. If you know when you're working retail, if you know for a fact that you do really well in sales, you can sell, you can sell the shirt off the customer's back to themselves. Be like, oh my God, I love your shirt. Let me see it here. I can sell it to you for give it back. You can sell the person's shirt off their back right back to the person that you took it from. That's how good of a seller you are. So if that's how good you are, I would get a job that's in commission based. So the more sales you get, so say if you're just regular retail, you can get into Realting, like being a realtor, being, selling houses because you get commission bases off of there. You can sell cars. You don't have to know the mechanic. I mean, it helps to know your product. Okay, so if you know, like, say you work in an auto shop and you can sell like somebody comes in for like a light bulb for a part and you're able to sell them like $300 worth of other stuff in like under like a half hour. I would suggest moving to a car dealership and saying that you want to work in sales. I mean, if you want to still work on cars and stuff, you can. But if you really want to make that money, where you can sell that item, shit. I mean, even selling yourself, wouldn't recommend it, but you can sell yourself in a sense of getting a new job. Because when you go into an interview, the first thing you really want to do is to sell yourself. You need to know what your strengths are, what your weaknesses are, what jobs that you've had that relate to the job that you're being interviewed for, what experiences you've had, good and bad. I would suggest to tell them the most worst experience you've ever had and how you handled it, and the best experience you ever had and how you handled it with them. Like, what did you do after that? Did you stay in course? Did you divert to being either, like, did you downgrade a little bit on yourself? Like, did you start to slack off, or did you, stuff like that. But always put yourself in the highest of honor when you want to get a job. Again, don't doubt yourself. I would write that stuff down. Like, if you know you're going to, if you're nervous, if you know you're one of those types that are nervous, when like, once you're in there, because like people can actually do the job, but then when you're being tested, like you go in for an actual test, or some people who just, like, you just freeze up because it's just so much pressure because it's now the final exam. Like, the stuff, you just freeze up when it comes to being like under that much pressure. So practicing would help for that. Mm, Trying to see if there's any with the contact a lawyer. I mean, I'm not getting that in a sense. I mean, if you feel like you're being lowballed or mistreated or anything, this doesn't necessarily mean contact a lawyer. You can contact HR. I should put that card in there. Contact HR. And let them know how you're, like, hey, I was planning on staying here, but I'm being treated this and this way. I just wanted to let you know this is what's going on at your store, but I need to move on. I can no longer be here. That type of thing. Like, you might have to contact HR depending on how badly you're being treated. This could also be um, a workplace harassment lawsuit as well. Somebody who's in a higher position can try to make a move, and, like, because you're denying them, yeah, because it, like, say somebody higher up is in lustful energy over you, somebody can get mad and get jealous that you don't want to be with them or whatever. They just get mad about that, and they start to give you issues at work. Not only you're going to have to call HR, but you can probably contact a lawyer too for distress placed in the workplace. Okay. So infinity. Oh yeah. Yeah, there we go. I was about to say that. Okay, this card is reminding you of the infinite possibilities ahead of you. Nothing is impossible. Instead, this card is saying to you, I'm possible. Speak affirmations, don't doubt yourself. Stay positive, awake, and open to the change and opportunities. Don't sit on your laurels. Your world is as big as you can imagine it to be. Stop looking for the challenges and difficulties and situations and be aware when fear is holding you back from trying something new. It all begins with believing that you deserve to have good things in your life and are capable of doing so. And we got Moon. The moon's urging you to illuminate any hidden or repressed feelings that need to be brought to the surface to help you grow. Anything you've pushed down into the darkness will eventually move up toward the light, so don't avoid confronting any uncomfortable feelings or put off a challenging decision until tomorrow when you can do it today. The moon's gentle, open energy is guiding you to be aware of the natural cycles of your body, mind, heart, and spirit. Let the moon be your guide to dig up any unconscious destructive desires, bring them into the light, and eradicate their influence from your life forever. This might be whoever this higher up person might also know somebody in the police department, so you might have to contact a lawyer. Be like, listen, this person's kind of been going at me, but every time I try to make a report or whatever, he knows somebody in the police department and they just like brush it under the rug or whatever the situation is. Oh, on the back of the oracle for number 4 is hell. Oh wait, I was supposed to do this at the very end. Yeah, let me read that at the very end. Sorry, I almost forgot that I had to read that at the end. Okay, so Queen Mob, number 9. Darkness as a bride. Be adaptable, descend into the depths. I was there and I know. The goddess Persephone was not abducted by Hades. She went willingly to marry her love. Being crowned queen of the underworld was her cherished destiny. Whether you allow for the inevitability of death or forbid it from your mind, death will not spare you. It will not spare anyone. So why fall out of step with eternity and lock yourself in the kingdom of your joy? Similarly, unmask grief and you will see it is none other than love, the most excruciating edge of love. You can deny your grief only to the extent that you can deny your love, which is to say, you cannot, not truly. When you brush against something else you fear to experience or gaze upon, do not shut yourself off from your power. Find your courage, descend into the deep, receive your crown, and be transformed. You must never cling to the light exclusively. Like Persephone, every fairy queen is a creature of darkness too. Okay. Number 2. Moon, soul. All things come to the soul from its roots, from where it is planted. When this card turns up in a reading, all is not as it seems because something is being obscured. You may feel lost in your direction or that you don't have all the information to go forward. There's much you are sensing, but you may be hesitant to act. It may look as if it is difficult to cut through the fog to get to the real truth of any situation. Substance abuse issues may touch your life, not you necessarily, but certain energies or persons surrounding you. It is important now not to accept any false pictures or misapprehended the truth. Like the Neptune card with the Moon card, deception is possible. Things are cloudy right now. It is a good time to open your mind to visions as well as appreciating women's wisdom and intuition, finding your feminine side, and bringing out your visions and talents in a more public way. Okay, and then we have 18. Well, we'll do 32 since it's right there. 32. Eighth house, endings and beginnings. I mean, that was coinciding. From my rotting body, flowers shall grow, and I am in them, and that is eternity. This is where it all goes dark and becomes mysterious. Having this card present does not mean someone is going to die. This is unlikely, but it does mean you may end up dealing with things being passed on to you. Inheritance issues, deeds, trust, insurance policies, goods of the deed, alimony, child support, and even taxes. The eighth house card also indicates that a partner owns his or her resources and finances, but can also concern something passed down from parents and grandparents. These are assets acquired from a relationship. Inheritances have been coming out hella strong in these reads, I'm telling you. If you know you have anything going on with inheritance, you might want to watch all of them. Okay? Like, literally, at this point, 1 through 4. Okay, and now we have 18. Virgo. I analyze. Do not anticipate trouble or worry about what may never happen. Keep in the sunlight. If this card is present itself during a reading, look to concerns about health, lifestyle, and your job. If you are expecting things to go normally or as planned, that will not likely be the case. Watch out for critical people who seem to pick at all you do. Remember, somebody was nitpicking, going through everything, doing, Lost my place. Pick at all you do, or perhaps you are now the picky person. Your mind may be beleaguered by worries, some of the health related. Other worries may be that hospital things that have gotten out of control. This card sometimes indicates hospital doors, meaning medical tests and visits to the doctor. This card also signifies a good time to get rid of your clutter, living a cleaner life, focusing on details, and doing what's needs to be done are now your focus. Other concerns would be your daily routine, 9 to 5 responsibilities, and mundane goings on that may need your attention. Getting organized will enable you to get where you're going. Okay. Alright, so now we're gonna go ahead into the finance portion of this, okay? Give me 1 second. Hello, welcome back to pile number 4, the dinosaur finance portion of your pile. So for time we have soon, winter solstice, and you've already met. Again, this could be something that's already happened, so this has already happened and might happen again. For where we have west, north, woods, southeast, and basement. Some type of finances can be held in a basement somewhere. We have Scorpio in reverse and reckless spending. Spend your money wisely. So maybe you're watching your money. You might splurge every now and again, but you watch what you're doing. You like, okay, I've done enough. That's it. No more buying this and that for the rest of the week. You got everything that you needed type deal. And then we also got Scorpio here. Or you have somebody who's a Scorpio who's pocket watching you, but can no longer do so. Like, you could be a very private person, or somebody's been trying to pocket watch you, but can no longer do so. It's a do not disturb, so it's blocked. We have lessons still need to be learned, whether this is you or them. You have the ability to make an impression without knowing you are. You are unforgettable. We got a 3 to 5 day fasting. It says water, but know your health. I am not a physician. I am not a doctor. I'm not a nutrition. Know your health. Speak to your doctor before doing any type of fasting and or diets. Okay. I can only give you my experience. That is it. So for a 3 to 5 day fasting, this could be with just water, or this could be an intermittent fasting. Then we have gluttony. Somebody could be in a gluttonous energy where it's not just food, it's kind of coincides with greed. But I'm getting like you're never satisfied. That's what I'm getting. Okay, so with gluttony, this could be with food, but if it's not, it's giving me somebody who's never satisfied with anything. They can just keep going and going and going, and no matter what they do, they're never happy. And then you have be true to your heart, never neglect your mind, and nourish your body. Okay, and then we also have baby mama, baby daddy. Somebody, you could be dealing with this whole baby mama because we got giant here. So giants underneath, lessons to be learned. So somebody probably has giant lessons to learn. And what it says here, if they reach out, ignore them. So like before you even go back into communication with whatever this could be job, this could be family, friends. You need to put it where it needs to go. But this is a giant lesson that they need to learn. So until they do, it would probably be better to just ignore them. Now, when you have kids with somebody, it's a little bit difficult because it's a legal issue. So I think we have contact a lawyer in the first one when it came to career. So you might want to contact a family lawyer about like certain situations before you go full non-contact, because you don't want to get yourself in trouble. Um, Somebody could be trying to steal a divine union from you. Like they're trying to like block it. They could be trying to steal an inheritance from you as well. So if you're wealthy, or because you have trust fund baby right here, um, somebody could find out that you're a trust fund baby and then ends up wanting to stage a robbery. So please be careful. I would say when it comes to finances, don't tell anybody. Don't speak of it to anyone. We also have fire sign is a hater. There's a fire sign who most likely is a hater. Um, with sorority here, somebody could be in a sorority, whether it's you or them, or there's just some type of sisterhood. I'm getting in a sense of like Mean Girls, if you know that movie. You could be an extrovert, they can be an extrovert. Oh wow. Okay, you've been targeted to steal your inheritance, wealth, abundance. And it says stage a robbery. Maybe a baby mama or a baby daddy is staging this. Maybe your fire sign is staging this. Some type of girl group could be trying to stage that. Somebody could be a Scorpio. You could be a Scorpio. Or have Scorpio highly aspected someone in your chart, sun, moon, rising, stellium. A stellium, by the way, is when you have more than three or more planets in one zodiac wedge. So, like, say you have Mercury, Venus, and Mars in Leo. No, I didn't say your name. I said Leo. Okay. I have to choose a different one. Say you have those 3 planets in Sagittarius, then your stellium will be Sagittarius. That's how it usually works. Yeah, I would definitely just keep your mouth about money. Shush. Just keep it to yourself. I'm getting something along the lines of like somebody with the staging a robbery. Somebody, if somebody knows you keep something in the basement like a safe, I would probably not keep it there anymore. I would probably just end up putting it in like a what do you call those a safety deposit box in a bank, depending on what it is. But just know if somebody knows you have a lot of money stashed somewhere, um, they might stage a robbery. Even if they don't do it, they might run their mouth around somebody about it. Maybe on some drunk shit, or maybe because they don't know how to keep their mouth shut. And then somebody else decides to come after you for your wealth abundance. But reckless sending in the reverse, so you're keeping yourself private. You're not, and the fact that you are keeping yourself private is good when it comes to like this money situation. So continue to do that, even if you're close to certain people. I would not even tell your closest confidant, friend, whatever the hell you want to call them. Not even family. People are crazy. Okay. Whirlpool Galaxy. There it is. This card is a reminder that before you can move forward in a grand way, it is vital to revisit your past. And the long, curving arms of the Whirlpool Galaxy will hold you in its embrace while you do this. You may have started to look at past pain a long time ago, but as new triggers in your life open up old wounds, it's necessary to look at it again. Remember, each time your pain is activated, it's another chance to heal. As the process of healing is not a linear journey, you may temporarily slide on a downward loop of the spiral only to later soar back up toward the light. Each time you'll learn and evolve, and the pain will lessen. Your greatest gift lies in transmuting the pain of your past, safe in the knowledge that a bright future awaits you. Where it says lessons still need to be learned. Giant. Like I said, you need to put it where it needs to go. You know your life better than me. Okay, number 16. Queen of Queens, be the boss. If you haven't watched the career portion, definitely watch the career portion. Tap into your true inherent authority and wield it now. True authority is not what you say, how you say it, what you wear, or how you carry yourself. Your authority may inform such choices, and sometimes such choices can help you locate and tap into the authority within. But true authority is not equivalent to the choices themselves. It is not on the surface, rather, it is transcendent, vast, and deep. A queen living in her power does not need others with rudeness or disdain, but with expansiveness and grace. She does not feel the need to put on a show, so she does not flail around and attempt to impress or entertain, even when someone treats her disrespectfully. Her trust in her loyal status is such that she does not feel diminished. Perhaps she will set a boundary, remove herself from a situation, or speak a necessary truth. She will do so with an inner quiet and confident calm that easily broadcasts her authority more quickly and thoroughly than indelicate blustering or amateurish snobbery could ever. And then we got 37. Welcome, dread fury. Channel fierceness into power. Banish now all curses, hexes, and unwanted smells that have been placed upon you. Draw upon your fierceness and purifying wrath of the goddess to unbind your soul and spirit now and for all time. The fierce and furious goddess is here for you. She reminds you that you have all the power you need to step out of whatever has been binding you, and you have that power now. Use it and never look back. 31. Seventh house partners. Marriage is neither heaven nor hell, it is simply purgatory. This card presents itself in a reading. It usually means one of two things: either issues dealing with partners or significant others, court cases, and legal issues. This card itself is neutral, much like the actual seventh house, which arrives for balance, so the surrounding cards will indicate the basic meaning, whether positive or negative or something in between. And then we got 33. Ninth house, faith. We travel, some of us forever, to seek other states, other lives, other souls. Obstacles are being lifted. Destiny, fate, and karma all come in play, as well as your view of what God may or may not be. It is the house of erudite knowledge, higher learning, lawyers, doctors. We got that stuff is coming out in the career spread. Doctors and astrologers. It is most definitely the higher mind and our need to unite with something greater. In this way, the ninth house represents churches and schools, especially ones that are old, established, and scholarly. With this card, it is time to consider your impending plans in the broadest terms. It means that you will have to go outside of your ordinary life to achieve your goals. Long distance travels, journeys, and voyages to unknown places may figure in regarding your question. The ninth house is the house of explorers and pilgrims, and where there is a quest and a destination. It is where we seek guidance and understanding, and the possibility of returning to school and furthering your education is likely in the near future. Okay, number 44. Solar eclipse and revolution. Revolution is actually something that starts in individual hearts. This card spells out change. When this card ends up in a reading, you can expect swift changes that end one chapter and start a new one. You may have felt something would eventually happen, not having recently paid much attention to the situation. Then you're presented with a shock or a jolt, or you're reeling over a sudden change. This upheaval takes away what has been familiar and safe so you can embark on new territories or even venture to a strange new terrain. But it will be daunting. These events may seem like negatives at first: a divorce, the end to a relationship, being forced to move on. or even losing your job. Eclipses tend to affect relationships foremost. However, you may soon see stressors and upsetting changes in the relational supports you have counted on. Okay. All right. So let me go ahead and kind of set this aside. We're going to get your charms. You're going to get your the big cube things, angel numbers, and I'm going to pull out some letters. Okay. Give me 1 second. Okay. So 1 second. So the back of the oracle deck for the ET is hell. I was supposed to do that, or yeah, supposed to get this done. What in the world? What's going on here? There it is. This card is a reminder that only real hell is created in your own mind from your own limiting beliefs. For example, if you find that you are judging others a lot, then it's a reminder to start being a kinder friend to yourself so that you can look at others with more compassion too. Be mindful of the difference between self-criticism and self-awareness. The first is destructive, leading to paralysis and stagnation, while the second is constructive, about knowing yourself, gently picking yourself up when you fall, brushing yourself down, and doing better next time. All right, and then the back of Queen Mob was 20 Scorpio, I transform. That's death and rebirth again. It's basically going to speak of the same. I'm going to kind of skim it and see what it says. If it's basically speaking the same thing, we're going to move on. Thou art a witch. Work your magic. You need fear no one and nothing. You have the power to transform the situation into that pleases you. You are the authority in your world, so what would you like to experience? In what ways would you like to feel freer? In what relationships would you like to shift the balance of power? You may feel guided to seek out and perform a spell or ritual to change how you perceive or approach a situation, to ask for a specific variety of help or support, or to embody your power while clearly visualizing your ideal success. Or you might feel compelled to do all of these things. You have an abundance of transformational wisdom and power available to you. Access it now. If you guys are doing spells, please do it in the right way, in the sense of good, not bad. Because that shit, depending on who you do it to, if you don't do your research very well, will rebound the fuck out of you. Wait a minute. Well then. Okay. I did the wrong one. I looked at Black Moon, thinking it was the Queen Mob. So, yeah. Okay, hold on. Number 10. Well, that was meant to be told to somebody. I don't know who, but somebody needed to hear that. Number 10. Make not your thoughts your prisons. Free yourself from limiting stories. We read that already. Okay, so yeah, so we already read something like that anyway. Break the chains that bind you. That's basically what it's saying. Okay. There's that. And now 20, Scorpio. That's why I was just like, wait a minute, I thought we were reading Scorpio. I was confused for a second, but somebody needed to hear that. Scorpio, I transform. Put your ear down close to your soul and listen hard. Acknowledging desire and surrendering yourself to the depths will serve you best at this time. When this card comes up and you're being tested, you may feel isolated on your own without much sympathy or help from others. If so, it's time to stand on your own and fight those forces gathered against you. You will likely win and come out much stronger and happier than before, but it's still an intense time. Okay. On the back of the Where cards, the deck that I was using for Where, we have Neighboring State. For timing, we have winter. Because I think, didn't winter solstice come off of that one? Yeah, winter solstice. So winter is very, very heavy for this pile. For pile number 4. Confirmations. We also had grumpy. So somebody's mad that they no longer have access to you. They're pissed. They're not happy about it. Why can't I see what she's doing? Why can't I have access? Oh, don't be such a douche. Attributes and career. Department of a store. We had retail, department of that store, or if you're in politics or government, you have department, like a department in government. Months, you're looking at January, February, March, April, July, August, September, October. The dates are January 8th, January 6th, February 2nd, March 1st, March 2nd, March 3rd, March 7th, and April 4th. Numbers, you're looking at 9, 18, 32, 8, 2, 37, 16, 44, 31, 7, 33, 10, and 20. Those can also be ages. Those could be years. The signs, you're looking at Capricorn, Aquarius, Pisces, Aries, Taurus, Cancer, Leo, Virgo, Libra, Scorpio, and Sag. Okay. Let's get your charms. Well, let's do this one so I can get it out of the way. $460. Your physical body holds the key to your next level of fulfillment and joy. Angel number 460. Okay. Somebody said this is a smooth tire, so I'm getting like a smooth rider. Yin and yang, somebody get black and white, male, female. Yeah, rose. From the rose on her grave. That song, got 2 roses. This reminds me of that enchanted rose from Beauty and the Beast. Got cherries, lightning. Oh, I didn't even notice there was rainbows on there, so. We got possible. Well, we got rainbow here. LGBTQ possibly, but we're getting like a strawberry pie, or like one of those rainbow cakes with strawberries on top. Something's coming in fast. Even though these things are the same, they're different. Somebody could have a smooth ride. Somebody can have like a really smooth ride. Mushrooms, somebody has a thing for mushrooms, or somebody needs to start eating mushrooms. Somebody could be allergic to mushrooms or allergic to flowers. Because we had chastity out there, with cherry, somebody might want to, if you haven't been doing something for a while, somebody might be wanting to pop that cherry. Rainbows signify new beginnings, so whatever is ending is going to give you a new beginning. Like that, this is giving me that tower moment. So there's a tower moment, and depending on where you are in the tower, is going to give you a good, either depending on how it looks like. You got 2 things that are different here. They're the same, but they're a little bit different. So depending where you fall on the tower is going to determine what side of the rainbow you fall on. Are you going to fall on the flower side, which is natural, big, beautiful, or are you going to go with this one? It's gold. Eventually this one dies. So it all depends. I see this one more as like superficial because it's gold. Somebody's more materialistic. Whereas this one's more like natural beauty. Gummy bear. Somebody could also have a sweet tooth. Probably somebody might do psychedelics. It doesn't necessarily have to be mushrooms. Somebody might actually just do some type of hallucinogenic. The phone started ringing. Okay. Something needs to balance out. Maybe if there's a choice you have to weigh out. Like maybe it's the type of job. Maybe there's a position in a job. Like, should I take it or should I not? With this bear being two-toned, I'm kind of getting somebody might be a little two-faced. So be careful who you divulge information to. It can be anything. With this too, I would be very careful with your car. Maybe somebody needs to get new tires because maybe somebody's tires are looking a little bald. Because, you know, if you don't, you can get into an accident and then all of a sudden your wheel just goes rolling off in a different direction. That's what I was getting when that happened. So if your tires are bald, I would suggest getting new tires because, you know, they're starting to get worn. This one. Okay, we got Saturn, we got the star, we got Sirius again. Sirius has been coming off heavy. 2, 20, 11, 1122 could be significant. Got 17. Oh wait, is this equal? That's an equal sign, but again, we still have 11 anyway. So 11, 17, 2, 11, 17. Like I said before, I found that 17 and I thought we were having like 1122, so that could be significant. Woohoo! Something could be 19 too that rolled over. 2 years, 11 years, 17 years, 20 years, months, days, weeks. You got 4, 8, 2, 2, 4, 6. Equal. Somebody wants equal. Equal what? Equal rights, equal parts. Somebody wants full control where somebody wants to make it equal. A lot of emotional energy out here. I'm getting there's going to be good karma because they're like nurturing, sustaining. So good karma is coming in for some type of star seed, some type of star. And with the control and the green there, I'm getting like control over finances. Somebody wants control over some type of finances, or somebody wants equal parts. Or you're dealing with somebody who's equally controlling. Somebody might have quite, maybe somebody doesn't really know exactly what career to go down. with fixed here. Stability established. If you have a controlling nature, a good job for you to have would be a dietitian. What do you call it? It's a dietitian. Good job for you to have under control. I mean, like other than like being a police officer, you know, like stuff where you can actually have control over certain stuff. But this is control in a passion sense, in a career. You want control in a specific career, whether it is being a manager position or whatever. But I'm getting more like an organizer. You want a job where you can control like your hours, your flexibility, what you're able to do for the company, and then you also want to be in control of your own ideas. You want to have control of your own ideas. You want to be able to profit off of your own ideas too. Because there's somebody who has far too much control. Yeah. There might be two people involved. We got Scorpio on the bottom here. Heavy Scorpio. You got Scorpio on the rear there. A lot. Somebody wants to create an emotional change. With two create here, like it's got to be something big. Especially, okay, with that chastity thing where there's no access, somebody's trying to create a situation where it changes how they have access. They don't have access. We had do not disturb, and then we had the chastity with everything locked down. So it may not even just be just your southern yaya area. This could just be your body in general, your energy in general, because that was covering your root and your sacral chakra. I mean, your sacral chakra, where all your fertility is at. Okay. There could be communication coming in within 4 months about something, whether it's about your finances or a career. It also could be 5 months. It also could be 9 months. This is something that's possibly hidden or something that can be emotional with the water sign here. And Cancer governs the moon. This could be communication in 4 to 5 or 9 months about balancing out some type of justice that's going to make you happy in some way. We got job, cow, elbow, junior. Somebody could be a junior. Cop. Well, somebody going to be drinking well water. Jewish. Somebody could wear bows. RJ. CJ. BJ. Cleo. Bo. B. Pew. Somebody can own a gun. That could be anybody, honestly. Bull. Maybe somebody has a bull haircut. Junior varsity. Somebody could have played junior varsity. Clove. Clover. Jordan. Emo. I started hearing Emu, Emu, and Doug. Somebody's name could be Doug. I'm hearing Lacey. Mel. Bell. Maybe somebody took a foul and hurt their elbow or their arm in particular. Polo. Somebody could play Marco Polo or polo, wear polo shirts, I think it's called. Yeah, polo shirts. I'm hearing Jer, like as in Jeremiah from that, what was that show called? The Summer I Turned Pretty. Chemo. Poem. JK, somebody could be a jokester. I'm getting R.L. Stein, like the Goosebump books. Maybe somebody used to like to read the Goosebump books when they were younger. Powell. Cowell. Rock. Jock. Pole. Somebody's a pole dancer or works with some cow pole. Cole. C-O-L-E. Somebody's trying to woo somebody. Somebody's trying to make a vow. Lore. L-O-R-E. Core. C-O-R-E. Somebody could be poor. War bows. Maybe somebody owns a cow that wears a bow. Just saying, who knows? I could be talking to anybody right now. Or maybe there's a cowbell. I'm definitely getting farmer here. Some type of farm. Poe, like Edgar Allan Poe when I was getting poem. Edgar Allan Poe could be a name too. Joel, Noel, Leon, Leo, Rio, okay. I think that's all I got for you guys on this one. All right. I'm obviously gonna have to stop this one here. If you have chosen pile number 5, or if you're about to, or if that's one of the piles that you gotta look into, it's gonna be on another video because in 30 minutes this thing is gonna cut off, and I don't want to have to start in the middle again. So like, share, and subscribe. And if you didn't pick number 5, it was nice talking to you guys. And I will see you on the next one, right? Love y'all. Bye.